Hello, dear participants. Today, I, Dr. Anshika Agarwal, will be teaching you about research. So, let's start our journey together to learn. Today, we will be discussing about research, objectives of research, criteria for good research, scope of research, types of research, significance, process of research, some careers in research, and some ethics in research. Research. As the name says, research means to search again and again. There is some literature available. You find some gaps in it. You try to answer those gaps or find the solution of those gaps, or you try to develop new dimensions or explore new areas. So, this is research. It is a journey from unknown to known. For example, when coronavirus pandemic occurred, it started from one country, spread it to whole of the world at a very rapid speed. People don't know what to do, what is happening, what can be done, how to safeguard. So slowly we discover it is a surface borne disease. We need to wear masks. So it is a journey from unknown to known. With time, we develop some medication for the same, but some new variants came up and new variants were spreading again at a very rapid speed. So what can be done? So research is also a journey from known to unknown. It is a careful investigation or inquiry, especially through search for new facts. For example, when coronavirus occurred, we don't know about the medication to be given. We don't know about how long quarantine to be done. We don't know about the vaccination. Research happened, careful investigation happened, and we developed the vaccination. Now in the world, there are many types of vaccination available. Similarly, we develop the mild symptoms and the people who need to be admitted in the hospital, when to be admitted, the precautions to be taken. The mask is the new norm. And research is not about a particular field, it is related to all the fields, whether commerce, economics, sociology, psychology, mathematics, statistics, physical sciences, and so on. Scientific research is a systematic when to do, what to do, how to do, what can be done, control with given conditions, given assumptions in a laboratory, and critical investigation of proposition about various phenomena. It is scientific research. When we lose out this control aspect, we are talking about the research in social sciences. Research in social sciences can be defined as the manipulation of things, concepts, or symbols for the purpose of generalizing to extend correct or verify knowledge. For example, in 2020, when lockdown was announced, people were rushing to the grocery shops to buy ample stuff, unnecessary stuff, and they were gathering everything. A research can be done. Why that panic happened? Was it the panic of coronavirus? Was it the panic of non availability of food items in the near future? Was it people just want to keep it everything at home so they are not required to step out of their houses? So a research can be done on it. Why that happened? A research isn't unbiased. My personal thoughts, my personal feelings, my personal biases should not come into my study. For example, I'm doing some study which is related to particular brands of juices, and I have preferences for certain juices and I dislike the other. So my biases should not enter in my study. My biases should be limited to me only. So my study need to be unbiased. It need to be structured, like when to do, what to do, how it can be done, and sequential method of inquiry directed towards a clear implicit or explicit business objective. For example, when lockdown occurred, before lockdown, we were having the habit of going to our colleges, taking the class in the offline mode, meeting the students, teaching them through various teaching pedagogies in an offline mode. Now the pandemic occurred. We are not meeting our students anymore. What to do? Now the various online platforms occurred like Zoom, MS Teams, Google Meet, to mention few. And we started learning those platforms and we started teaching online. Students also started equipping and learning in an online mode. For example, this course, we are running in an online mode. People have joined from all around India for this course. So, this inquiry might lead to validating the existing postulates or arriving at new models or theories. As I said, research means to research. There is some existing literature. It was there in the past. We are working today in the present and it will be there in the future. So, this is about research. Now I'm moving towards the objectives of research. The very basic objective of research is to gain familiarity with the phenomena. When coronavirus was spreading, the developed nations were unable to protect their citizens. The medical system was at the verge of collapse in many countries. And why that is happening, why that happened, it was not unsuitable. So, the very basic objective of research is to gain the familiarity with the phenomena, like why it is occurring, what can be the reasons it is spreading at such a great speed, how we can stop it, what can be the medication for the same. Similarly, the second objective is to portray the features of a particular individual situation or a group. For example, if I'm talking about organic farming, so what is organic farming? What are the various features of an organic farming? Why one person adopt organic foods? If I'm talking about green products, what are green products? How it is helping the environment? Why one person should prefer the green products? So we portray the features of a particular individual situation or a group. The third objective is to determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. For example, how many customers are visiting a particular restaurant? How many customers are repeating their orders? How many customers are suggesting the same restaurant to their friends or family? Similarly, frequency also talks about what is my revenue every month, how much I'm able to generate out of my business. So, in research, we also test a hypothesis of a causal relationship between variables. For example, whether interest rate impact stock returns or not, whether inflation impact stock returns or not, whether interest rate, inflation, and stock returns have a relationship or not. So, in objectives, we try to gain familiarity. The features we try to portray, we try to determine the frequency, and we also try to test a hypothesis. But in exploratory studies, this hypothesis testing is not there. Now moving towards the criteria for research. These are the minimum criteria which every research must have. Like the objectives need to be clearly defined. For example, I need to check the sales revenue. So I will say I checking the sales revenue for A Limited for the financial year 2021. So my objectives should not be vague. They are clearly defined and understandable. A research need to be planned. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि सो के उठे चलो रिसर्च करते हैं. You can do that, but the chances of its success are rare. A good research is always planned, like what to be done, how to be done, from where I will collect my data, which techniques I will apply. So a good research is always planned. Every research have some assumption. So you should clearly mention your all assumptions. Similarly, your study also have some limitations. Although assumptions and limitations vary from study to study, you are supposed to mention all your limitations as well. There should be sufficient data. As we are talking about the successful rate of vaccinations like Covishield, Covaxin, and so on, which one is better, which one to take. So the studies is going around. The data need to be sufficient to generalize the theory, to tell us like this is the best, or to tell us these are the rates, or this is the effective rate is going on. Generally, research is done to generalize the results or to make a theory. For example, prices and quantity demanded are negatively related. So, this generalizations came from a background study happened. A good research is need to be systematic and logical. You cannot compare an elephant with a fish. Like why elephant? Why why elephant is not swimming in the river, and why fish is not eating the grass? So there should be some logic behind your research. Generally, research is empirical, but in exploratory study, we lose out this empirical aspect, and a good research need to be replicable, which means when you are conducting a similar experiment on a different set of people or different set of element, you are able to replicate your results. Or when other researchers are conducting the experiment on your group, they are also able to replicate the results. So these are some criteria for a good research. Now I'm moving towards the next topic, scope of research. Here I will be talking about macro perspectives, micro perspectives, and marketing level perspectives. So in macro perspectives, we talk about opportunities and threats. Here we talk about technological innovations. For example, earlier the way to communicate was through a black phone where we used to dial the numbers round and round and round. There used to be a big dialer, and through that, we used to connect calls to someone far away. But now, sitting in my room on a 5-inch screen, I can do a video call to someone sitting in Australia, in America, Europe, in my nearby room, or anywhere. So, this is technological innovation, which is possible through research only. When computers were introduced, there used to be a system of a room size, but now I am having a computer of my palm size. So, all these are a part of technological innovations, and research helps to do all these technological innovations. The competitors analysis is very important. If you are unable to do your competitors analysis, you will be kicked out of the market. For example, Amul and Mother Dairy, they both have the similar variants with different taste, but similar variants in their brand: double tone, full cream, paneer, and many others. If you are unable to do your competitors analysis, there are companies who were not shining today. For example, Yahoo. There was a time when Yahoo was the leader, but due to not capturing the market of search engine, there was a time when Yahoo can take over the Google and the Facebook, but they haven't done it, due to which in today's time Google search engine and features of Google have take over the market. Similarly, research also helps in to deal with the industry fears. For example, when virtual classes happened, there was lot of vagueness, like what can be done, how to do it. So various virtual platforms occurred which helped, and the vision of having a system of online education to reach the nook and corner of the country is possible through dealing with these industry fears. Similarly, research also helps to enter the new market. For example, you are running one shop and you are having a business in central Delhi. Now you want to explore the other parts of Delhi, like South Delhi, North Delhi, East Delhi, West Delhi. Along with Delhi, you want to expand your business to NCRs, you want to expand it to other states, other cities. So, research helps in telling you the where you can have a new market for your business. Also, research helps in new product development. For example, during the 90s, there were only few tastes available in terms of ice creams like strawberry, butterscotch, vanilla, orange lollies. But now we have ample varieties. We have edible ice, we have so many options to eat. Naturals is there. We can eat whatever we like. This is possible through research only. When we talk about the research at micro level, we talk about it at organizational level. Here we talk about the strength and weaknesses. For example, production management. Earlier, everything was done manually. Then industry age came, capital took over. Now we talk about robots. So, research helps in managing my production well. For any organization, their human capital is the prime most asset. So, how to keep them happy and motivated? What can be their compensation? How to reward them? Earlier, the things were doing in the physical mode, but due to the pandemic, the things happened in the work from home scenario. So, 24 by 7 people are working now. How to manage and make employees work for your organization very efficient way? You have to drive those ways through research only. How should I minimize my how can I minimize my cost and maximize my output? At organizational level, we also talk about financial management, from where I can have my funds, where to invest, how to invest, what will be my return, what will be my risk, and how can I minimize my risk. Similarly, we talk about the in materials management, I talk about to research on how I can manage my material. For example, there was a time when we are recharging our phones, we used to get 1 GB or 2 GBs for 200, 300, 400 rupees. But Jio entered the market with optic fiber and the costing drastically changed. Now, as per the plans we are taking, we can have daily 1 GB, 2 GB on a daily basis. So, this is materials management. Internet has been managed. So, the last comes the organizational effectiveness and success. By the end of the day, every organization wants the maximum profits. And that can be achieved through effectively organizing everything in an organization. So, a research can be done how to manage effectively and successfully. At marketing level, I talk about the product, price, place, promotion, sales, and customer. For example, I want to enter the juice business. So, which type of juice I would like to introduce? Who will be my target customers? Whether children, teenagers, professionals, who will be my target group? Whether I will be having the aloe in my juices, natural juices, synthetic juices, or what I'm going to do about my product. I have to decide on my price, like whether I want to skim the market or penetrate the market. Accordingly, I have to do research and fix my price, where I want to place my goods. How will I promote my products? What will be my distribution channels? What will be my sales target? Who will be my target customer? So, all these factors give scope for research.